every practice ultimately strengthens that false idea that coming home is a journey that you have to go on. There is a relative truth to that, in that we have to try this direction, that direction, investigate. But the true answer, the real answer, the direct answer, and the direct solution is here now. Coming home is the discovery or the willingness, the willingness to discover that you are already home, you are here. This here-ness, this beingness has never been lost. You have never gone anywhere. You have never missed anything. You have never lost anything. Although it seems to be covered up by thought, by narrative, by seeking, by beliefs about yourself, about not being good enough, not being complete enough, not being worthy enough, not being loved enough. And I know I say this over and over again, almost in every meeting, maybe not quite, but almost. I'm saying the same thing. That which you seek is not out there. There is no love out there that will add to you, make you more complete, make you better, happier, and so on. Maybe temporarily. It's a temporary relief, but the relief comes not from what you think, is the love that you've found, but the temporary relief comes in having found something at all, which stops the seeking. But the love that you find is a pale facsimile, a pale imitation of the love that you already are. Love is unknown until you come to rest in beingness. In the now, in the now, in the now, this is always available. Always. The breath is a great gateway. It's not the breath itself, it's simply a gateway because it is direct, it is felt. It stops you in your tracks when awareness rests with breath without trying to breathe for 10 counts and then breathe in for 10 counts and then breathe out for 10 counts and do any fancy pranayama. That may have its purpose, but that's a different purpose. But without trying to count your breaths or control your breaths, but simply allowing awareness to rest with the breath. It's not the breath itself that is of primary importance. It is the willingness for awareness to rest gently with the breath, which is the most direct felt sense we have, that allows you to be in the now. It stops the seeking. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing more to get in this moment. So coming home is a moment by moment discovery, or a moment by moment willingness. And it's much more simple than anything that the mind can imagine as a spiritual practice or a spiritual journey or a spiritual destination. And yet the sense of having moved away from home, having moved away from wholeness, having moved away from the peace that is already in you, as you, the love that is already in you, as you, that sense, that feeling that you have moved away from it, and the longing to return to it is so powerful that it may haunt us and pull us and drive us throughout our whole lives. So, of course, it needs to be acknowledged. Saying that it's here already, saying that it's so simple you don't have to look anywhere. Doesn't negate the inquiry and the unraveling that may need to happen. In order to know this, in order to realize this. If you truly realized this, if you truly realized that you are already at home, then this one realization would change everything. It would cut away some ways of being or ways of relating in your life. It will cut away anything that was underpinned by looking for love, needing love. And if we are very honest with ourselves, then many relationships would no longer have the same attraction, the same need, the same magnetism, the same pull. Because many of our relationships, whether they're social relationships, family relationships, intimate relationships, are based on need, the need for love. When you truly realize that you are love, then it changes the nature of relationship. And this is a threat to the ego self that is built on that need, that is built on the seeking for something outside of itself. It keeps it alive. It keeps the seeking mechanism alive. So coming home, the realization of coming home is simple. But it's profound. It's like an atom bomb drops in your life and changes everything, rearranges everything. It rearranges your relationship to yourself. It rearranges your relationship to others. It rearranges your relationship to life. And it rearranges your relationship to God. Whether you believe in God or not. And there are many images and ideas about God But it changes that relationship. Either the old images of some higher power, some benevolent power, or some punitive power, yeah, that belief gets demolished, seen for the ideology, the false ideology that it is. Or if you believe there is no God, or you have no idea of God or image of God, you come to know what God is. Because you are that. So to honestly unravel what it means to you, to each of us, to come home, why it speaks to us, what we're looking for. Are we willing to really fall into this realization? Are we willing to be reborn, rebirthed into the newness and simplicity and purity of this? Because that is radical.